Performance. You're focused on the show. You're focused on yourself and what you're doing, right? Earlier in the week, Jack talked about the difference between personal gain and service. So the problem with focusing on personal gain and your performance is that wrapped up in that little package is also loss. You know, if you have something to gain, you also have something to lose. But the other piece of service, there's no negative side, attachment to that. It's just service. I've never heard anybody that has a fear of teaching, but people have a fear of speaking. And can you feel the different energy between when you're talking about speaking and you get caught up in all the techniques and all that stuff and what are people going to think? But if you just come from a place of service and what can you teach, you're not going to access most of those fears around being judged because you're just showing up to teach. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Okay, let's welcome up Tony with the great I
want to talk to you guys about a morning ritual that I have every single morning when I go to work. I'm a morning person, and basically, every time I wake up, I try to get excited for the day. In fact, I make it an intention the night before to say, Tone, when you wake up, it's going to be the best day of your life. And I've almost built a whole lifestyle around it. So every morning I wake up about 5:45. I've got a really quiet alarm because I really don't want to wake my wife up. If I can shut that phone off as soon as possible so she doesn't wake up, my life will be better later on in the day. So I wake up, I go to the gym, I get a good workout in. And I get really proud of myself because I went to the gym. It's something that's important to me. It's something I don't necessarily like to do, but when I do it, I feel great. So then I go and make a cup of coffee, because that's another one of my favorite things to do is to drink coffee. And I have some breakfast, and I basically have this moment of just myself. The kids aren't awake, my wife's sleeping. It's just me. It's just my time to myself. And I love that because I feel like I'm cheating the system, sort of. I feel like I'm having a day before work. This is Tony time. It's something that I love. So then I get into my car. I got about a 30-minute commute, and I feel pretty well versed when it comes to driving down the US 60 to downtown Phoenix. And right before I get to work, I got two songs that I listen to. One is AC/DC Thunderstruck. Are there any AC/DC fans in the room? So you know what I'm talking about. So I listen to Thunderstruck, and I can kind of hear it, Thunderstruck, And that gets me pumped for the day. Or I listen to Feeling Good. I like the Michael Bublé edition. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with that, but, birds flying high, you know how I feel. And I feel like a bird, and I think I can face the world when I listen to those songs. So I get all pumped up. And then I give the best that I can give to everyone at work. And, I try the best that I can. If I'm in a meeting, I give it my all. And I go 100%. And then, somewhere along the day, lunch, I do a drink, things like that. But I still give it my all. I drink a cup of tea or whatever in the afternoon. Try to get, finished off the last half of the day. Then I'm driving home, and I don't know if you guys have ever felt this way, but I feel like a piano's on my shoulders. I feel like I've given the best of what I've got to everyone I work with, which quite honestly are not my favorite people on this planet. They're good people, I like them, but they're not the ones that I love. So, the one thing I want to talk about is when I get into the car and I'm riding home, the one thing I do is lately I've been switching to a different song. And I find the song that really motivates me. It's a song that makes me love my wife even more. It's a song that makes me get jazzed up about my kids. So what it is when I come home, I get super jazzed up to see my family because I want to give 100% of myself to my family. So I want to encourage every single person in this room, when you come home from work, when you're tired, you're exhausted, do whatever you need to do to reset yourself, because it's the people at home, it's the people that you love the most, that you really want to give 100% of yourself to. So if you can take anything away from what I'm saying today, get jazzed up for the people you love.
Okay, give a round of applause.